studio. I'm Jen Mason from Everyday Artist Studio, and today we're going to make another installment of our Yudu videos, and this time we're going to show you how to do Yudu with kids. So let me introduce our guests today. Hi, this is Abby. Abby, how are you today?
Good.
Thanks for coming to the studio.
Thanks for having me.
Alright, so what are we going to do today?
I'm making t-shirts into reusable bags.
Oh, great. Do you sew this?
Yes.
With your hands? By hand?
No. I use my sewing machine that I got for Christmas.
Excellent. And you're going to recycle too. That's great. All right. So what we did beforehand, right, is that we designed a logo together on the computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and what's the name of your little company here?
Tea bags.
Tea bags, like t-shirt and bags. That's great. So so pretty much you designed this and I just helped with the computer part, right?
Yeah.
And what we did when you weren't looking is that we created a screen for this. Basically what we've done is we've taken the screen, the emulsion, and you know what, Abby, because we're doing a recycling kind of project, we were careful with our emulsion use here. Because the three things are reduce, reuse,
and recycle.
Exactly. So what we did is we reduced the amount of emulsion. So the emulsion sheet really usually comes up to here, but we cut down just a small part of it so that we don't waste all of that. So that's, great recycling, right? And we've taped around the screen from the back side. So there is this clear packing tape, and that just helps the ink from going over the edge, so you don't get ink where you don't want it on the bag. Okay. So that is the design that we're using today, and we're actually using this upside down because we're going to put this on the bottom of the t-shirt, like where the bottom of the bag is going to be, right?
Yep.
And on the front side or back side?
Back.
Back side. So we're going to put it down here. So maybe we could print on, even though this is a finished bag, and we're going to print more of the t-shirts on the back of an unfinished one, but maybe we can start with this one. Does that sound like a good idea? Okay. So Abby, I'm going to let you be my helper here because I think kids can Yudu too. So this is the lid. Can you lift the lid up for me?
Sure.
All right, lift. There you go.
But you have to be careful with it.
Right. What happens if you lift it too far up?
The back,
Screen?
the screen just falls right off.
You saw me do that, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is take off this piece. You going to show them that? Can you tell them what this piece is? Do you know what this is called?
This is the shirt holder.
It's a shirt holder. It's also called a platen. And it has a sticky side on it. Can we get this clear piece? And you'll see in a second that it's got ink and stuff on it from previous uses. But it's still nice and sticky and it'll hold our shirt in place. So we're going to lay this down back on the little pegs. See these pegs up here? Okay. And now we're going to take her bag. And you know what? I'm going to take this up just for right now, Abby, so that they can maybe see through the hole. And we're going to line this up to right up along the side here. All right, and we want to flatten that nice and straight. There we go. That'll hold it. Okay, now we can close our top. Did you do that? All right, and now, yep, all the way down. So then this goes in under this lip, Abby, and on top of those little dots. These are our registration pegs. When it's in there all straight, then we're ready to go. So what color should we do?
Red.
Which is great because that's the color I got out for you. All right, so now what we need to do is use a lot of ink. And because we're reusing, reducing, recycling, it doesn't matter because we're going to be able to scrape all the ink back off that we don't use and put it back into this bottle. But we want to make sure we get a good print, so we always make sure we have plenty of ink on here. So I'm going to show you, and sometimes the ink all sits at the bottom, so sometimes it's a little hard to get out of here, but this red is nice and creamy. So the first thing we need to do so we can get a good print, Ab, is that we're going to lift this up, and I might have to do this one just because your little arms aren't long enough, but because I have to do it while it's up here. And what I'm going to do is called flooding the screen. So where it says tea bags here, it's clear screen. And I need to get some of the ink into there, and then we'll put it down, and then it'll be down, and you'll be able to print it. So I'm going to hold this. Watch how I'm going to do this too, because I'm going to hold it on a 45-degree angle, and I'm just going to press down and pull. And then I flip that up there. Okay. So see now where that was clear before, all has the red ink in it. Yep. All right. So let's put some more ink on there, and we're not worried about it because we'll be able to put this all in. And you know the other nice thing about this, Abby?
What?
Is that you can wash this in a sink. It's non-toxic paint, which means it doesn't hurt the environment. When you wash
and it's also safer for little kids.
Exactly.
If you want to do it with her little kids.
Yep, yep. So if they accidentally lick their fingers, they'd be okay. So we've got our little thing of ink there. So why don't you hold this now? And you're going to push down at a 45-degree angle. There you go. And then we just kind of flip that up. That kind of feels natural, that flipping it up,
yeah.
doesn't it? Okay. So now I'm going to set this over here. And then we're going to take a look at what we've got. Look at that, Abby. All right, so let's take this off so they can see. That is let's just hold up the patent first. So there's Abby's tea bags. That's pretty cool. It looks very professional. All right, so now we can take this off. Should we do another one?
Yeah.
All right.
This actually looks better than I expected it to.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So lay that down, and we'll let that dry, and then it'll be washable after we have to set the ink. Heat set it. Do you know what that means?
No.
Heat setting means that you're going to use heat to make the ink become permanent. So now we're taking another, I'm going to see if we can come over here with Abby so we can see this. We're taking another t-shirt now that's unfinished. Excuse me, you don't mind my arms around you here, do you?
Nope.
Okay, and we looked at this a little earlier. Let's scoot this over because we like having the tea bag sort of in the corner. We could have probably had that last one a little bit more in the corner. So let's...
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Here because
I'm glad you're flexible.
I'm just trying to think.
Brand yourself?
Yeah.
Let people know what your brand is? Okay. So, and what we're doing when we're putting this on here is just laying it flat. We're not trying to stretch it. If you stretch it, it's kind of funny. When you take it off, it looks kind of funny. So now what do? Do you remember?
Yep. We put it
back on
the heading.
Yep.
And we
Yep, exactly.
Cut it?
And now we don't have to flood it again because that screen is nice and wet with the red. So what we need to do is put more ink on there. Would you like me to show you how we put the ink back in the bottle when we're done?
Yeah.
Okay, so here, I'll let you pull this one all by yourself. You're going to push down, oops, get all the way onto the screen. See your little thing over here? You're not on the screen, so it might not let you do a good push. Okay, yep, just like that. Perfect. Nicely done. All right.
Wow, now we have a lot
of ink. So let's leave that for just a second. Can you unscrew that bottle top?
Sure.
Lefty loosey. There you go. Excellent, thank you. All right, so what you need to do is kind of knock the old paint down. And sometimes, see how I'm starting to fill the hole? I might have to stop and get that. There's an air bubble in there that's keeping that from going down. So you just kind of squeeze it a little bit, and the air comes out and it makes room for the paint. So we can get a
that
little
was
more.
really cool. Cool. It was sort of bubbling when the air bubble came out.
Exactly. All right. All right, so that's pretty good. So let's check this. You want to put that top on?
Yeah.
And then we'll check this and make sure it's good. If it's not, we could put it back down again and give it another run, and if there's any holes. But I think we got it really good. We're kind of getting that all over, aren't we?
Totally.
All right, here, I'll let you hold this then, since you've got the inky hands, and I'll lift up the machine. It's good to have a couple paper towels handy when you're doing this, because you never know when you have to set something down and it's with a phone. Oh, that one looks great. All right, let's lift this up a little bit more so I can get it off, because I got to be able to get it off those pegs. So we can show everybody. We can put this down a little bit, but we don't want it to touch the screen. So there's the bottom of her next tea bag.
Which has not been started. This is just a regular shirt now.
Yep, that's great.
With my logo on it.
That's awesome. Nicely done. All right, so that's how you can work with the Yudu in kids. And again, if you have any questions, you're welcome to come by our site, everydayartiststudio.com, to watch more videos. And Abby, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm Abby. I'm 8. This is what I do. What do you do?